this is the throwing event. So we've got shot put, discus, and javelin. I wonder if I brought the discus in. I may have brought the discus in. I'll just show it with the frisbee. Okay, so shot put. Here's the thing with all of these events. They are marked here. I will have it darker, but you can see the start line. And all the events are not allowed to cross the line. Now, if you look down, it's obvious that my line is not super straight because it's hard to draw a straight line. But what I did do was separately mark each one of these areas, so it is off of the start line. So don't worry if you look down and it seems like it's not straight. So anyway, here's what they do. This is the start line. On the ground, I have marked lines and a number and the cone, all to let you know how far it is, okay? So we should, in past years, we've done it and then we've had a measure and we marked the farthest ones, and it's just taken a very long time to get this event done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have multiple watchers. I've been practicing this in my double classes where I can have a double class. I could have 6 kids throwing at the same time as long as there's a watcher for each person. So we could have up to 6 people here. And if it's going well here, we could also open up the javelin at the same time and get the javelin going. So same idea. However many throwers there are, that's how many recorders or not recorders, how many adult watchers we need. So here's how you do, here's the form of the shot put. This is a girl's shot put, it's a light one. You have to be really careful with the girls that they don't throw it like a ball because it's not that heavy and they can. They need to throw it just like the boys. They're gonna shuffle and push. Now you have to mark where it lands, not where it rolls to. So mine hit here, it wasn't quite 25, so we're gonna say that's about 22, 23. And that's the only estimate you need to make. When we get to the very end of our best 3, you can let them throw again and we're gonna actually measure. We have a tape for that, only for the top 3. So that's the girl's shot put. The boys' shot put is the same. Make sure they're pushing and they should be doing a 3 shuffle approach. They can't cross the start line. So it's the same thing as all the other events. If they cross the start line, it's a scratch. So you don't even count it. So the only thing is if you're gonna have multiple people throwing, obviously you need to, they need to be very aware and not let your kid throw if there's somebody out here getting the shot, but they need to move quickly to the side and go around. So somebody needs to be an overall supervisor of this area, and that person would not be recording a certain child. There's gonna be one recorder that stands over here at the side. Now this is really important because in the past parents have tried to figure out ways to do it that's different, and I'm not gonna strongly say, I'm just gonna say please do it the way that we've come up with after years of figuring it out. We're gonna write down the first 3 scores, doesn't matter what they are. First 3 kids that throw, their best score. We're gonna write down their name and their score and their class. After that, you only, when a child throws, you tell them their score, they go over to the recorder. So let's say I'm not a very good thrower and I made like 18, and I go over there and I say, she's gonna ask, what was your score? And they're gonna say 18. You don't even have to say thank you. That was not the top. You can say, that was not the top 3, but thank you. And that's it. So you only have to record their score on their scratch paper if it's better than the top 3 in the past. So we've got our top 3 girls and our top 3 boys. If you want to have a group of people just doing boys, that's fine. If you want to have, or if you want to have them all going and just separate your card, boys and girls, you can do it that way as well. Anything else about that one? So you're just crossing it off as somebody beats it, and otherwise you don't need to worry about their score. At the very end, we're going to take those top 3 people, and if you want to have them throw one more time, especially if they're tied, and actually measure it, you can. But if they're not tied, and it's very obvious what their score was, then we don't need to even measure it.
So, and honorable mention.
Oh yeah, always honorable mention. Don't forget the honorable mention. And we really want that to be somebody, that's just trying their best. It's not going to be our best athlete. It's not going to be our number 4 person. It's not 4th place. It's an honorable mention. So this is the same. This is the javelin area. Same thing. So we will have competition javelins only out. So they broke that one. I can just see. Awesome. That's why I'm about done with practice here. So the javelin. we've got again the line. They should be approaching with a shuffle, 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 throw, approach. It's where the nose hits, not where it slides to. So the nose, the nose hit here. So this is where you would measure it. Okay, and that's the javelin. These two are still good. This one's had better days. Let me go fix that one. All right. So that one has to go in with me. Let me fix that one. All right, and then the discus. Now, they must have. Oh, here's one. Here's a boy's discus. Who's gonna kill me? I have an injury right here in my oblique, so this is like perfect. All three of these events are not good for me today. All right. So, this is the discus. This is the boys' discus. We only have one girl discus, so there's only going to be able to be one girl at a time. So we're going to need to probably start that event either during the time that the javelin's being running or javelin's being tested. We may want to also do the discus at the same time. And remember, if somebody, you'll have this a lot, that a kid will come over and say, hey, I'm in the high jump and the shot put, can I please throw first? You're going to say yes. Let them cut in line if they're in another event. If they're in these two, hey, I'm in the discus and the javelin, can I please throw the discus first? Just go ahead and say yes. Let them get their turns in. So here's how you throw the discus. The real discus is way over here for a good reason. Okay. These will hurt you. So we definitely don't want kids out there getting a discus unless there's somebody here supervising that nobody is going out, nobody's throwing until they get back on the line. They hold it like this. They're not allowed to throw it like a frisbee, although they won't win if they do that anyway. And the approach is a 3-step turn like this. Now you can see where it hit and then where it slid to are two different things. That's my best one. That's my best one so far, 35, yay! All right, anyway, that's the discus.
So that's harder to see the...
It'll wobble. Most of them will wobble and go all over the place. It does not have to go straight in any way, shape, or form. It just is going to go a goofy way. It's all about their approach. It's a very difficult thing to coordinate. So that is the discus. Just again, make sure that we only have one person throwing at a time on these real discus. Girls have to throw the small one. Here it is. These are very easy to get lost, so make sure we get these inside. And here's the boys' discus. So I believe this one's 2 pounds and this is 1 pound, but I'm not sure. Okay. That's it for